Dave, you know what's coming up here a little later this afternoon?
What? Oh my goodness! Always one of my favorite days of the week when we have Bishop's Corner preceded by Say Yes to Life. Can't wait for our highlight question of the week.
Yeah, in fact, let's get to that right now. This is one that you will hear later today on the Bishop's Corner. And, of course, always great questions out there. Sometimes they sit there in the cranium and they don't actually get sent. You think them, but you don't necessarily speak them. So, we implore you, we encourage you to send your questions in for Bishop Thomas. He loves them. Can't wait to answer them. And, it'd be an awfully long show if we didn't have questions. So send your question to bishop@annunciationradio.com. And maybe it'll be a highlight question of the week like this one.
Bishop, let's go to Andrea at social media.
So I don't know if it's Andrea or Andrea. We're not sure.
Oh, that's a good point. So I
Thank
guess
you for writing in.
either Andrea or Andrea.
There you go.
Bishop Thomas. I have an interest in unique Catholic churches.
Isn't this something?
Such as the Chapel of the Holy Cross in Sedona. Have you visited any particularly unique churches that you could recommend, either in the U.S. or abroad? Now,
what a great question.
They may not know you spent 15 years at the Vatican and in Italy. I'll bet you've seen some unique Catholic churches.
Well, I guess that's how I was going to start my response, Ron. So whether it's Andrea or Andrea, thanks for the question. A unique question. How do you like that, Ron? But I must say, I think it's depends on how you define unique, right? So, for example, the Chapel of the Holy Cross in Sedona, some people might not know that that's in Arizona. I must tell you that I went online. I've never even seen it. And it's on the side of a mountain with the red stone. It's really extraordinary. So I've not seen it, and that would certainly be something to see. So not quite sure what the word unique means or how you would define that, but I'd throw out a few things. So, for example, in California, the mission churches on the mission trail, which dots and marks all of the original missionaries who came to California to preach the Catholic faith. Those are churches which are amazing. Another unique church, for example, would be, and this is, of course, not local, but this one would be, and I have been there, the Chapel of St. Michael the Archangel at Monte Gargano in Italy, where it's one of the very few places where St. Michael the Archangel appeared. You have to walk down into the mountain, and we celebrated Mass there. Mont Saint-Michel, which is in Normandy, which you may or may not know, Andrea or Andrea, that you can only get to the church at certain times because the water floods it and it becomes an island. So these are pretty unique. I would also say that the Church of the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, which some people say looks like a child was doing a sandcastle at the edge of the beach. These are some of the more unique churches I would comment on. And I would also mention that there are other churches, of course, across the globe and across the world, which you might be interested in. And I think you can find those even by, like I did when you mentioned Sedona. So thanks for the interesting question.
A very interesting question. Thank you, Bishop.
Yeah.